Seems to me that the logical place to start this discussion is with the report issued by the Inspector General in May of last year. And it is my understanding that Mr. Cummins did ask that the Inspector General be a part of this hearing. The Inspector General found that IRS employees in Cincinnati developed what he called inappropriate criteria for screening applicants for a tax-exempt status. He also identified serious deficiencies by IRS managers. He found that Lois Lerner was not aware that these employees were using these criteria for a full year. He also found that even though she ordered an immediate stop to them, the employees used different inappropriate criteria anyway. Since then, the committee has obtained evidence that progressive groups were also singled out in similar ways, being listed expressly in so-called be on the lookout or BOLO lists, receiving lengthy questionnaires, facing long delays, and sometimes being denied. I agree that no groups, conservative or progressive, should be singled out based on inappropriate criteria. In his report, the Inspector General made 9 recommendations for reform at the agency. Ms. Mitchell, let me ask you, in your opinion, how do you think the IRS is doing in implementing these recommended reforms?
Congressman, I have to tell you in all honesty, I think the application process is completely broken. It is Humpty Dumpty, it is off the wall, and it cannot be put back together again. What the IRS has done subsequent to the TIGTA report is to make matters worse.
Well, then let me ask our other witnesses.
Can I give you an example of what they've done? Because they issued those regulations the day after Thanksgiving, which had clearly been in process for many months, if not years. I think this committee released an email from Ruth Madrigal from the Treasury Department to Lois Lerner that was dated, I want to say maybe even 2011. And so they've been working on regulations off plan, not in public view, which they sprung on the American people over the Thanksgiving holiday and gave us until February 28 to issue comments. And there were over 160,000 comments. I want to tell you that some of us worked pretty darn hard to get those comments filed. And what those regulations would have done would have codified the egregious, horrible principles that were in all of those, quote, development letters that were sent to the conservative groups in 2010.